Hey there, it's Ben from TryWizard Gaming, and we are going to be jumping into my first Theros Beyond Death draft. Just very quickly, my last video, I did a Mastery Pass video. And for people who weren't paying attention, I just wanted to point out for the new Theros Mastery Pass, it only goes up to level 90. The season's a little bit shorter. They've made some changes to the payouts. So while the other passes, you would get to a point where if you reach the highest level, you would get enough golden gems back to pay off your 3,400 gems and actually make a little bit of value. In this Mastery Pass, you don't. You never get to 3,400 gems in value if you're only counting the gem rewards, the gold rewards, and they took away a lot of gold this season, and they replaced it with a one-time, I think it's, where is it here? They replaced it with a one-time ranked draft entry token, which is equivalent to 5,000 gold. But the value is still close. So basically, if you care at all about the mythic cards and the extra packs you get, if you have any value to those and you reach level 90, then you should buy the pass. Because you don't get 3,400 gems worth of value, but it's like 32 or 3,300 gems worth of value. It's close. You're basically breaking even on gems, and you're getting like 20 packs and some extra cards. So if you play constructed, you have some value for those packs, then buy it. If you only care about ranked draft entries, then don't buy the Mastery Pass this season. Wait till next season. Maybe it'll be a longer season and they'll have more levels. We'll see what happens. All right, so into drafting. So this is best of 3 drafting. We can work on drafting a sideboard. They always do best of 3 at the beginning of a new set. Allure of the Unknown is a fancy rare. It actually looks kind of bad. It's incredibly negative tempo. You get some card advantage. It's possible that you could build a constructed deck around something like this, where they might get your best card, but if let's say your cards are very, very synergistic and their deck doesn't use that synergy, then it's possible that this card could be valuable. But even in constructed, it's 5 mana, so it's very unlikely that case would ever happen. It seems pretty bad in limited. This card's just awesome. It's often just 2 black, destroy target creature, instant speed. It's got to be the pick here. I don't know every card in the set yet. This is my first draft. So this is some sort of build around that gets bigger and can ping things. Enchant land. Okay, so this is 2 mana to basically ramp you 1. And then you can sacrifice it later to create a wolf token. Seems decent. This is a combat trick. Omens are decent if you need some of the synergies. It's like a Shambling Garden. Draw 2 is solid. Mediocre removal. I played this a lot in my sealed deck. This might look like a sideboard card. I don't think it's a super high pick, but this was a good card. You definitely main deck it. It's repeatable, and even if there's a lot of small creatures that you could just kill with it, but even if there aren't, you can make attacks and for example, if they block your 2/2 with a 3/3 and take 2 damage, then you can play this or escape it and kill their creature. Okay, so easy removal spell, drag to the underworld. I have no idea yet what the broken archetypes are in this set. I think this is decent. 4/4 flyer for 6, which is a little expensive, but the ability is good. This seems really good in this set. Dreadful Apathy is a premium removal. This is non-premium removal. These black cards seem okay. Alright, so I'm going to take the cheaper removal spell over the expensive creature. This seems strong, but I already took a black spell, so let's try to figure out what's open. What is this? Return 3 target creatures or enchantments to their owner's hand. Seems okay. You can sacrifice a non-land permanent to take a non-land permanent from the top of your deck and put it on the battlefield. That seems decent. Though 6 mana, 5/4, not great. Decent creature. Unsummon a mill card? Yeah, but 2/1 for 2 is not good. This is a pretty weak creature. Control a creature, 5 or greater. Alright, so this is a good curve out in a beatdown deck. Yeah, nothing amazing here. I'm not sure. I basically would want to stay with black or white. Not sure which of these is better. I don't have an amazing thing to get back, though. It's an enchantment. This seems better if you're in like the red-black sacrifice deck. I think this seems just it's cheaper. I'll take this. It's a very unexciting third pick. Hopefully we get something good. I had pretty good results with this enchantment. I mean, it's a 4-mana aura, so you're likely to get 2 for 1. But if you can throw this on a flyer, make a token every turn, it gets +2/+2 in first strike. So they have to have a removal spell. It's gonna kind of fight through all the other creatures probably. But here's a 3-mana spell that is card advantage. And we already have a good aura to go get. And black has one of its best removal spells is also an aura. So I think that's the pick. What does this do? One with the stars. Alright, so that's removal in blue. It's enchantment removal. And this helps your other attacking creatures. Alright, I'm going to take the Pilgrim, which is kind of like getting another copy of Dreadful Apathy. Okay, this is a 2-mana Thoughtseize. I think that's pretty good. These are definitely good in heavy black decks, but they were good in sealed. They're still expensive in draft. I don't know how good they are. Clearly, if you're heavy black, they do pretty well. But I'll take a Thoughtseize. We're seeing a lot of black and a lot of white, so that's good. This is a counter spell. This is like a combat trick. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Alright, so I don't think this card's very good. Escape one with 2 other cards. I think this could be good, but it's kind of low impact. I'm going to take Revoke Existence. I think exiling an enchantment is going to be good in this set. This is just kind of vanilla. We do need 2 drops. But I think the exile is going to be better. So here, looking to pick up a 2-drop. What does this say? Lifelink. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you control. Well, we don't have many auras yet that kill creatures. So out of these, I think I want the Piper over this. Yeah, I'm going to take the Piper. Not sure if that's correct. Flicker of Fate has been pretty good. I think this is the best card in the pack, is this Arachneer. At least on its face, it looks good. The escape to create a giant spider that kills a flyer is really good. We don't have anything to really punish with this yet. I mean, it combos with Dreadful Apathy, where you can exile the creature and then flicker the apathy onto another creature. You could flicker Heliod's Pilgrim to go get another aura. You could flicker a creature in response to a removal spell, or flicker away one of their tokens. I think it's decent. And here we have another aura that we can go get with our Heliod's Pilgrim. I'm going to take the Omen over the Triumphant Surge. Well, there's none of these creatures that I really want to get back. I'll take a removal spell. I generally don't like having more than one of these removal spells main deck. But okay. Take the cheaper red card for the sideboard. Out of these, aura spells cost 1 less to cast, or just a 2/2 that has some. I kind of want a flyer. I think flying's going to be good in this set. Kroxa. Do we want to splash for this? Besides the first pick, black hasn't seemed ridiculously open. I mean, our best cards are the white cards, actually. Which makes me think I don't want to play Kroxa. It's going to be hard to splash it. But it's a mythic. Meyer Triton, on the other hand, is just a good, solid 2-drop. How are we going to get... I guess we could get an amulet, but getting double red is going to be really, really hard. Yeah, I think we're going to pass on Kroxa. I'm sad. I might just want to rare draft it. I think this is good enough to... Well... Yeah, we don't need a Meyer Triton. I'm just going to rare draft this. I don't think it's the correct pick. Okay, we have the Lifelinker. What does this guy do? Yeah. Oh, Final Death. So this is the one that puts, yeah, so you can put auras on top of your library from your graveyard. This is kind of good, get a removal spell, but it's much better to get a premium removal spell than to find something that's going to go fetch out one of your others. This card was good in the sealed. I feel like flying's going to be good. We need more creatures, actually. I'll take Aspect of Lamprey. Phalanx Tactics is the 2/4. So what do we have for creatures here? 2-drop, 2-drop. Tiny 3-drop. Definitely need to start taking some creatures. I guess something that will gum up the ground a little bit. Okay, I think the Charger's a little better. Man, black-red. I think the Charger's a little better than the Unicorn, just a cheaper creature. And here we have an okay 3-drop. What does this do? This gets a double strike until end of turn for the enchantment. You still need to pump it up, because even a 2/2 double strike, yeah, you need to like put an aura onto it to make it double strike. Alright, I'm going to take the flyer over the double striker. And we have this. It's an okay flyer. Or a 5/4. I'll take the demon. And here we get a 5/4 anyway. This card can't be playable. Field of Ruin for the collection would be decent. I must have Field of Ruins. Like the new art though. Okay, sideboard. Sleep of the Dead. Grim Physician. Probably won't play all these. Okay, not a lot of white or black here. So Inevitable End is somewhat a removal spell, so I'll take it. Another thing that we can find with our Heliod's Pilgrim. Hopefully we can pick up another one. So let's see, Scavenging Harpy or Sunmane Pegasus. I think the Pegasus is better. I don't really like the stats on this. 2/1 flyer for 3 mana. It's pretty bad. It gives you this extra ability, but still. This is not amazing either, but it's a flyer with some lifelink. We already have a Revoke Existence. I'll take the 3/4 with some value. We have a bunch of auras. And we're not getting lucky with these packs. I'll take a 2-drop. And Do I want Omen of the Sun or Nyxborn Courser? What do we got going on here? Probably not gonna play these. I feel like I have a ton of small creatures. Like, especially defensive creatures. We have the 1/2, the 1/3, 2/4. This can't block. We got, everything's kind of defensive. Death Touch. I mean, these are kind of sacrifice outlets. I think I want another, just a body to defend on the ground while we fly in. Have anything here? There's the Croxa. That's busted. Okay, this is draw cards if you have creatures with power 4 or greater. I'll take the 2-drop. Timoret. Well, definitely taking it. Good value. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we got there. Does not seem like we got there, though. It's hard to say what was open. I mean, we got like 8th pick Timoret, but then here we have nothing but like these kind of mediocre cards. Alright, what can we do with this? So the sideboard basically has nothing. I'm not going to splash double red for Croxa. I did try to take a few red cards, but we really didn't get we got a lot of white in the first packs. Yeah. Did not get a lot of white in the second 2 packs. We got this at a point where white was our main color. And it's like by the end of the packs, we ended up getting more black in the last couple of packs. So it actually, at this point, it looks like, oh, we should have just gotten rid of our white and played red. But I don't think that was the case at the time we picked it. So here I guess it says we need to cut 4 cards. I think cutting a big expensive card seems good. I don't want 2 of these, definitely. I might not even want 1. Triumphant Surge. I kind of feel like this is a sideboard card. I mean, look at our deck. Like, how many creatures with power 4 or more do we have? We have 1, 2. You know, our entire deck has 2, and I think you're going to find a lot of decks where your opponents just... Most decks will have at least 1 target for that, but unless you're playing green or maybe red with like a power 4 or greater theme, you're not going to have a lot of targets for it. But I mean, it is a good sideboard card. But you shouldn't play like 3 of these in your main deck. Okay, so what's good, what's not good here? Land pad. How many 2-drops do we have? The sacrifice card. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be good. This ability is just not strong for us. We're not aggressive, and we don't have good sacrifice outlets. So we have decent removal in this deck, but it's going to be hard to get through. We're going to have to grind out a little bit and hope our flyers survive. I think it's going to be tough to win. We'll see. See how it plays out. So, I have no real feelings on this set yet. I haven't played any drafts, so I don't know if it's fast or slow or what the archetypes are the best, but one thing that I did notice from the pre-release is that they're going first. I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. I'll keep 6. It's a lot weaker, but at least we have some early plays. That other hand was risky. But what I noticed from the gameplay is that it was pretty complicated. This is an enchantment creature. So we can revoke it. That you really had to pay attention to a lot of effects. So we can 2-for-1 them there. I'm not worried about taking a couple 2 points in the air. It's like, I knew that there was a very good chance that they had a combat trick there. It's just like, who cares? Like, they're using their combat trick to... do I want to get them? Nah, I gotta take apathy. It's interesting in certain situations to actually take Aspect of Lamprey and just like get them, but they can play around that. So we'll be able to kill this in a few turns. But they're probably going to get a card with this anyway, so it's interesting to... I guess they could flicker or fade it. So here we have 3 removal spells. We just want to get a creature on board to start dealing a little more damage. It looks like they're mana screwed from some color, which is why we mulliganed our first hand. Even though this hand is really slow. So this is Dawn Evangel. So this gives indestructible. Huh. Yeah, let's get the extra damage in. Gets a card with converted mana cost 2 or less. So I kind of want to exile this if I have nothing else going on. But I'll hold my mana up. I can use Drag to the Underworld and this. So they're playing white with a bunch of combat tricks. I mean, this didn't hit any of their creatures on its own. They'd have to pump them up, but if they like create a really big creature with a bunch of auras, I don't think we want that though. Is there anything that's really bad? Flicker is good against them. You know, you can flicker their creatures and get all their auras off of them. This becomes unblockable if they put an aura on their creature. Yeah. Alright, we'll see. Jesus Sleet. We'll see what their second color is. I'll keep it, but this hand could go bad. Temple of Abandon. So I guess they were playing some other colors. You want a plains or a creature. No more swamps. Okay, so it looks like they're white-red heroic, splashing green maybe? Or maybe they just played this just to get the... Well, I don't want to fall too far behind, so I'm just gonna kill this guy. This is kind of a nombo with my other, like, the apathy. You know, it lets you sacrifice the creature that's already kind of pacified. He does have that card that lets him get back cards from his graveyard if an enchanted creature dies. So he has Daxos. Alright. Come on, creatures. So if I play my Piper, he's gonna... My Piper can't block anything. I could have held it up trying to get a 2-for-1. Okay. Let's get rid of Daxos. And create Goat Boy. If we just draw planes, we can block that guy. Oh, it only gets creature cards back. To the hand. Yeah, there's a lot of complicated cards. There's escape cards. Alright, they're flooded a little bit, which is good. Just hoping this is good enough. I'm gonna lose my creatures here. I can discard Mogus's favor, which is nice. Be nice to play a plains. Come on, plains. I'm going to hold that to discard next turn. Currently winning the race, they have to do something. I guess they could try to mill themselves to gain life. I got a combat trick. Nope. It changes the race. This is fire breathing. I can Mogus's favor my enemy to give him Try to get him to spend all his mana. Huh. Got him. So that was a cool little game. There's a lot of board states like that are a little tricky. A lot of on board, or kind of like, it's not necessarily on board, but having that combat trick in my graveyard, you have to look at like how many cards are in their graveyard, what are the abilities they can use to pump up their creatures. And keeping track of escape is much harder in person if you're playing Friday Night Magic than online. At least online, you see the cards. You can kind of click on their graveyard, very easily count the number of cards. It's a lot harder to keep track in person, especially if your opponent is not, laying out their graveyard in a way that's very easy to count and see what's in there, and you're not paying a lot of attention to it. All right, I'm going to keep this because I just need a land, but sometimes you just need a land. We definitely could get run over, but if we get any land, we have some blockers and some removal. And we might not get there. Underworld Charger. Punished. I'm always going to keep that hand on the draw. I think it's correct. Alright, we're dead. Not a scary deck what they played so far. I'm glad they showed us Grey Merchant. Lets us play around it. That uncommon. They showed a couple. Those are, even those are 3/3s, they can come back as 5/5s. So they showed some power 4 greater creatures. What do we have that doesn't really match up well against them? Lifelink could be good. I like the 2/4s against the 3/3s. They're probably playing an aggressive deck where we want the 2-drop. I feel this doesn't match up good against their 3/3s. But do I want to bring this in? Maybe just a big dude. Alright, I'll leave it as is. If I see some more big creatures, then I'll take out like a Mogus's Favor maybe for that removal spell. I mean, gotta keep it. But oh, they went down to 5. Oh, this is perfect. I get a blocker. If I had a swamp, I would get the Mind Rot. I'd Mind Rot the hell out of them. Yeah, I'm blocking. So I'm using my mana even though this can't block the Underworld Charger. Just put my blocker out. Man, this has been pretty unlucky. Clearly my opponent's unlucky here, but I've been pretty unlucky. I think I'm happy enough blocking here. So unlucky. I'll block. So he can escape it now. But I have a removal spell for that. It'd be nice to have Timurit out to eat up his escapes. But can't have it all. Get the chains. 3 clangs for 3 escapes. Three cards. Is that what the graphic was? Is there anything else that's double black? Do we want to keep this swamp? What did they get? Gray Merchant. Guess they can escape it again. Yeah, it could be a problem. Well, I had to kill it. It's pretty good. We got one of these in our deck. Okay. Then we can play Timurit. So we're ahead currently. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm up to 15. I did not realize this guy had fire breathing. I could just be dead. What's in my graveyard? So he can pump this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 times. I've got 1, 2. Unlucky, man. Man, I bricked so many turns in a row. But even then, it was a decent game. Did not get there. Did not get the cards and removal I needed. See, that charger put in some work. Maybe I need to move that up in the pick order. What is with this? I'll keep it, but man, getting some really bad draws. Unknown shores. Unknown. They could play any color. I think we just want this through. We're not getting the value for it, but that's okay. 3-4 is not horrible. We're ahead on board, so let's just kind of push it. Yep. Mogus's favor. Get the thief up. We can flicker something if they have any tricks. That resolves. Wonder what they're splashing. They must be splashing something here. Do I care about that? Can't block here. Yeah. One other card. Yeah, the fear. The fear of the favor. Look at this. I don't even have to have anything. They won't block. Now they have to... They might have to remove my 2-drop if all of their creatures are enchantment creatures. No! No! Are they holding it back on defense? Yeah, I don't have enough cards to actually... Okay. Got him. That commanding presence is scary. This doesn't actually get it, but there's a good chance that I could get it. But they're playing white-blue, so all their creatures should be small. Yeah, I just don't have a lot of options sideboard. Seems unlikely that they're going to play something, unless they play like a 2/2 and then they put the commanding presence on it. But I have to just, I think, save my removal and my flickers. Basically just play smart. People are playing a lot of auras, trying to combo off. Man, I am no luck. No luck. Alright. Mogus's favor wasn't great, so I'm going to keep. Actually, with fewer cards, I think this is bad. I want my creatures. They weren't playing anything that was like that Mogus's favor was really good against. They have the Flash Gull. They have the commanding presence. Yep. Yep, so you try to throw out your second best creature there. I think the Sunmane Pegasus is better in this situation, though I could be wrong. I mean, they have another removal spell for it. So I'm hoping they use the removal spell on this for the same kind of reason as the counter spell. I think the 5/4 is a little better. I think this is threatening enough that they're going to use their removal on it. a counterspell. But gotta use my mana efficiently. I don't think playing a 1/2 flyer helps in this situation. Just blocks a 1/2. Leaves them open to play combat tricks and auras. They have a 2/2, okay. What do they have? Okay. Another one. They got a combat trick. Ah, they have nothing. If they were in a chump block, I don't know why they didn't attack with their 2/2. It seems like it gives them more outs. Okay, anyway, that was 3 rounds. Thanks for watching. We went 2-1. I'll obviously finish up my league, but these videos get pretty long in best of 3. So we got to see a little bit how these games play out. Lots of removal, lots of people are playing combat tricks, auras, flash auras. Escape's been pretty good, but not free. Didn't see a lot of green decks, though. I think I saw some bunch of green decks, certainly in sealed, and I saw a few people playing earlier. Certainly changes the game when you're playing against some really big green creatures on the ground. We happen to be matched up against a bunch of white decks. If you see some trends in the bots, you know what the broken deck is. I'm sure there's something wrong with the drafting right now. And every set that comes out, there's something that's being really underrated, an archetype. Let me know. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks.